So what do you want to do with it, Tara?
Sell it.
I'm not sure how many people would want a hook.
It's not a hook, Dane. It's a hook hand.
And that drives up the value?
You bet it does.
But it's not your hook hand.
It was once it got stuck in my car.
Ah, a little finders keepers thing. Anyway, what kind of person?
Lots of people because it's a hook hand.
And?
What don't you get?
A lot, apparently.
God, you're so dense sometimes.
Must resort to insults so quickly, Tara. It weakens the foundation of what you and I are trying to build. Life.
Dane, we're 16. We're dating, not building a life together.
Your words say one thing, but your heart says another. Anyway, how much do you think?
A lot.
Well, we better get this red stuff on it. That would sit. Ow! Now we've added physical abuse as well.
Look, the red stuff is what makes it worth so much.
Why?
Because it's blood, real blood of many people.
Why would there be real blood?
Because it's used to kill people. That's why. Dane, you alright?
Yeah, I was just way off. I thought it was regular fruit because it used to carry fruit.
I mean, I suppose it's still good.
Not blood. That would be very unsanitary. Hold on. So this thing that was in your door and covered with blood is used to kill people? So that means...
That's right. Someone was trying to kill us.
Why? I'm likable and you have, really nice hair.
Thanks. Anyways, it's not about who we are, but where we were. Sunset Point.
I don't see how the two relate. Why are you living in such squalor?
Because I went out with you instead of cleaning up like I was supposed to. Not to mention, I also gave up going to the haunted house with Sophie and her friends because you don't like haunted houses.
I don't, and I don't see any reason to be scared when I don't have to. And no worries, I can help you clean up. Because this house looks appalling. I mean, probably the worst in St. Clair. And that's saying a lot, trust me.
Look, can we just stop talking how appalling the living room looks right now and focus on this hook and laying on the floor?
Sure, what does our being at Sunset Point have to do with it?
It has to do with the legend of the hook hand, which apparently isn't a legend. Dane, you alright?
Yeah, I just got scared when the lights went out. This hook hand legend doesn't ring a bell.
Really?
Yeah.
Look, all that matters is it's real and we have the proof. I don't suppose there's many hook hand killers running around.
Wait, what's up?
Horror movie 101. Never open the door if someone knocks right after the lights go out. Especially when you're in possession of a hook hand whose only intended purpose is to try and kill you. Now don't move and only whisper.
Okay, that shut hurt. I think you must look.
Sorry.
No worries. And, so who do you think?
Hi there. Am I interrupting something?
No, who are you?
My name's Nicky, and as you can see, I'm missing something. Screaming again after seeing my son is quite offensive.
How did you get in here?
Oh, I broke down the door because someone wasn't answering, and the rain was beginning to mess up my scarf.
I have one like that. It's red.
And red's my favorite color, but the guy I borrowed it from only had blue. Yeah, enough about my scarf. Anyway, I came back to get my hook hand. It's right there.
I don't think so, buddy.
But it's mine.
Not anymore. You stuck it in my car, my hook hand.
I didn't mean to stick it in your car. I was at Sunset Point and pretty heavy session, guys. But I was about to open your door, you guys cranked up the car and drive off.
That must have hurt.
It did. Otherwise, did you see me?
No, I had a craving for a burger.
More like 5 burgers. It was like watching a lion feast on a wild beast in the fierce land of Serengeti.
Whatever, I was hungry.
Clearly.
So you were trying to open the door to kill us?
Spoiler alert? Yes. Yes, I was.
Why?
Because it's what he does, like I said earlier.
It is what I do. But now I guess I'm stuck in.
You can club people.
As if they're baby seals? Nah. I'll just take it back. Oh, wow. You're rough.
She's very visible.
You're not getting the pickle can back. And no, I'm not concerned with you trying to kill people at all.
Shouldn't you be though?
No, he stuck it in my car. My car, my Coke can.
I understand. It's just that hood can that you're holding in your non-hood can has many stories to tell. It was passed down from generation to generation. Man, the stories it would tell.
Of murders?
Yes, of glorious, glorious murders. More importantly, it would speak of memories.
Of murders?
No! Of special times that happen to evolve murders. Through a special time, that hood can created a family bond between each family member.
Well, I'm sure you got a new hook hand sometime.
No, has to be that one specifically, because my family was born without right hands. So it's basically like that hood was made for us. But due to my carelessness, I lost it. So I guess I'll be on my way.
Wait. Here, take it.
No! He's gonna just kill people with it.
That's what I did.
It doesn't matter. I won't separate another animal from family again.
What are you talking about?
You had heirloom?
My grandmother.
She had the heirloom?
No, she was the heirloom, or more specifically, her corpse was.
Wait, what?
My grandmother's corpse was our family heirloom, and it's not anymore because of me.
That sounds tragic. Did you get her stuck in a car door too?
No, a suitcase.
Who was your
My great-great-great-great-great-grandmother Eunice's dying wish was to spend each year with her beloved grandchildren, and then her great-grandchildren, and then her great-great, well, you get the point, after her death.
How would that even work?
My family specializes in body preservation. Anyways, the year after her death, grandmother Eunice had spent the year with my cousin Bernice, whom I never knew because she was 100 years older than me. According to my family's story, it was beautiful, full of tea times, sleepovers, long walks, knitting, and cuddling. And grandmother Eunice was able to spend each year with her beloved grandchildren that she didn't know because she was dead. And then anyways, it was my turn. I was so excited. I had so many things planned. We did them all. My favorite time was when we wore matching dresses and sun hats and went to the carnival. She had one new stuffed animal and I bought her a caramel apple that I shared on the wheel. Here.
That is the most bizarre thing I have ever heard. Ow!
Show some respect, kid. That sounds beautiful. How did you lose her?
My friend Marilyn came to visit, and she had always been scared of grandmother Eunice, who I never knew why. The day before she left, I had stuffed grandmother Eunice in her suitcase, as she grew Ben Bull over the years. And I thought when Marilyn would open the suitcase, grandmother Eunice would pop out and scare her.
Yeah, like a grandmother in a box.
Anyways, the day had come for Marilyn to leave, and when she opened her suitcase, grandmother Eunice had popped out and Marilyn had wet herself right then and there. It was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing. I'm sure grandmother Eunice would have too if she were dead. But I had to stop laughing when Marilyn put her back in the suitcase and closed it. I asked her what she was doing, and she said she was taking my grandmother Eunice. And I said, "Oh, you can't. She's my grandmother." And she shook her head and said, much like I did with you earlier tonight, and then said, "My suitcase, my grandmother's corpse," and walked out.
You never saw your grandmother again?
No, it wasn't time for her to leave yet, so I just sat there in the living And then my mom had taken Marilyn and Grandmother Eunice to the airport, and she had left everything behind, including a broken-hearted great-great-great-great-granddaughter who had lost the only family heirloom that ever mattered, Grandmother Eunice's corpse.
I'm so sorry.
That is the most messed up story I have ever heard. I don't think we can date anymore.
Don't say that. I've seen you guys at Sunset Point. Your love can and will last forever.
Yeah.
No! I can't let you do this. I mean, I don't want to let you do this, but I will.
Thank you. Wow. Feels great to have it again.
So, what are you gonna do now?
Well, I figured I'll head back to Sunset Point after I finish taking care of business.
Which is?
You guys.
But you said we would last forever.
I said your love will last forever. Not you guys.
Why are we walking this way? I could have sworn the gas station back
I know this area seems like really well, and there's a. Why did you?
What part of my finger on your mouth did you not understand? Look.
Wow, that's sad.
Creepy. A girl in a ripped underneath dress walking up her boy, loving something on an abandoned road. Creepy.
A girl in a dress that perhaps her mother made, sitting alone on an abandoned road in the middle of nowhere, hoping desperately that someone will come and help her? Sad. Hey there, are you okay? Can you hear me? Do you mind if I sit here?
She doesn't want us here, Cal. Let's go.
Jean, I got this.
Apparently not. No! I mean, not a chance.
That wasn't better. Worse, actually. What's your name?
Hazel, I want to go home. Can you take me home?
Of course. Why are you out here all alone?
Because I don't want another. I had to leave, and then it got dark.
Let's see if we can get you home.
What? We'll be back in a second. What are you doing?
Helping a girl find her way home?
No, you know what you're doing. Dropping us right in the middle of a horror film.
What?
Horror movie 101 says if your friend's car runs out of gas and you come upon a creepy girl in the middle of the night talking about being lost and going home to mother, you know what you don't do. Take her home to mother because mother will kill you. Trust me, this is not a good thing.
Horror movie 101 is not a real thing.
Oh, I guess you're also going to say the legend of Hook Hand is only a legend.
It is.
Tell that to Dana and Tara. Oh, wait, you can't because they're dead from wounds that look like a hook went through them.
First of all, you're overreacting, as you often do. And yes, I've only known you for 2 weeks, but evidence is trending that way. This is not a movie. What happened to Dane and Tara is a tragic accident and had nothing to do with us. We just so happen to be stranded on a dark, lonely road where there just so happens to be a little girl who needs to find her way home. Okay, that does sound creepy.
Exactly!
But it's not.
You don't know that. Remember Ava and her friends at that haunted house party? How did that turn out?
Poorly, but it's not the same thing.
Famous soon-to-be last words.
Please, I just want to go home.
This is such a bad idea.
We'll take you home.
Thank you. Mother will be so happy to see me.
You must be worried right now.
Where's your car?
Someone thought we had enough gas, but we didn't.
I feel like that's a shot at me.
It is.
Anyways, we have to walk. Is your house far?
No, it's real close. It's that way.
If you knew the way home and it's real close, why didn't you just go?
Because of the dark. Bad things happen in the dark.
No need to tell me that.
Okay, let's get you home. We'll keep you safe.
Are we seriously doing this? When I end up dead, I'm going
dead, so I really hate you sometimes. But the rest of the time, let's hope that we get more rest of the times. We will. Can you take me home now? Yes, we already said we would, so stop asking. You have a way with people. Don't touch me. Okay, sure, no problem. We'll start walking, and you tell us where to go, okay? I'll take that as yes. Come on, Jane. This is not going to end well. We have been walking for forever. My legs hurt, and I'm hungry, and you're doing a good deed, Jane. Have you always been like this? What? Thoughtful, caring, concerned about the well-being of others? Sure. Not always, but my mother taught me to always put my family first. But that isn't your family, unless you mean God's family or something. I didn't. She reminds me of my sister. I didn't know you had sisters. I did, but she died. She was really good. My mother never really got over it, and I'm sorry. Yeah. So I guess ever since then, I never really want anyone else to go through. I understand. You having a moment of feeling? They leak out every now and then. It's nice. I want you to know something. I know we haven't been friends for long, but I think you're pretty awesome. Because I have feelings? If I'd known that. No, I knew the first time I saw you. It was like we've been friends since childhood.
Little heavy, dude.
Little heavy, dude. Though I guess that explains why you're staring at me. But why tell me now if it wasn't because of the... You never know when... Where'd she go? Hazel! How did we... Because we're besties? I see. Losing someone is a mood killer. I have to be honest though. I'm already getting sick of her. I know you're trying to do the right thing, but... What do you suggest we do? Leave her. We already lost her, so leave her. We're not leaving her out here in the middle of nowhere. Because your
My mother protects her own.
You know how creepy that sounds, right?
Well, I'm sorry. It's just that my mom's a little messed up right now. So I get a little defensive about her.
But I didn't really say anything about her, your mom, but my mom's a little pissed off too, for about 10 years. I swear that she loves that bottle more than me. Hey, maybe we should get together and have a messed up mom party. Or not. Hazel! 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 Come on. You scared me. I'm sorry. I brought you these. For me? They're dead. They remind me of you. What the hell? Here's what I think of you and your stupid flowers. Are we almost there? Because I'm getting tired of this. Oh, we are. So close. Will you come in and talk to Mother? Does your mother have a phone? No, we don't need those things. Then no.
We really have to get home. Our parents are going to be worried and...
Mother will be sad if you don't come in. Especially you. I'm okay with your mother being sad. So we're going to leave after bring her straight home. Mother finds you, she's going to choke the life out of you. And I'm going to laugh because you're bad. And you do bad things. Like your mother. What the hell? I'm leaving with or without you, Cal. This girl's messed up. Keep smiling at me and I'll punch you right in your face.
Jane, we can't leave her out here alone. Okay, I can't leave her out here alone. I know she is, but she's still...
You know! You heard what she said to me. How can you?
I have to.
Something is wrong. Really wrong. We need to go now and find the phone and call the cops for her. She's messed up. Really messed up. Please.
go. You should go. Go back to the car and wait for me. It won't be long.
No, don't let her go.
She's just gonna go back to the car and wait for me. I'll walk you home. Everything will be fine. Trust me. Don't wait for me. Find a way home. Walk if you have to. Do not wait for me. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Seriously? No, I'll
Please just do it for me.
take me home now. No, we're having a moment.
Would you? I have to go. I'll be back before you know it. Just wait for me. Ready?
Yes. I swear the car was right here. Then what's taking Cal so long? He should be such a bleeding heart, which he probably has now. I never should have left him. What was I thinking? That girl and Cal had to be the hero? Insisted on taking her home? Cal?
Jane,
Are you okay?
how do you go home like I told you to?
I couldn't live without you.
And I also got that car. I figured you would. Because you're bad with directions.
What's wrong?
You were right all along.
Right about what?
The girl, everything.
Did you drop her off?
I did.
Did you see her mother?
Mother wasn't home. She was never going to be home. I left to come back for you.
That didn't sound disturbing at all. Hey, I say we find the car, wherever it is, get some money, and walk over to the gas station, get some gas, and buy a gas can. Then we find a phone, call our parents, and maybe pick up where we left off in the talk. I'm not good with this kind of thing. I mean, you know, the whole thing. Why are you shaking your head? I mean, if you don't want...
I do, but you should have gone home. It would have caused so much trouble, but at least you would have been safe. Why didn't you go home like I told you to?
You whispered that, but then she told that creepy girl I'll be waiting by the car.
You whispered that. Then you told that creepy girl that I would win by the car. And honestly, I couldn't be without you. I know I come off as unwilling or whatever, or mean and all, but I'm not. There's stuff that you don't. Stuff that happened to me over time. I just choose not to express them. Like, ever. I don't want to lose you as a friend.
No, it's too late, Jane. I suppose it always.
What are you talking about? You're scaring me, Cal.
You will. Some things are meant to be, and some things aren't. Like us. We weren't meant to be friends. I tried not to, you know?
Try not to what?
Be your friend. She told me not to. She warned me, told me I only had one job, but you made it so difficult. And despite everything, I want you to know that I did care about you, too. Those things I said earlier weren't a lie. I know that won't mean much in a minute, but for what it's worth, it's true.
Can we please go home?
No, she won't let you.
Who?
Mother.
That girl's mother? She can't make us stay.
No, you don't understand.
Make me understand then.
Your mother caused all of this. She's the reason you're going to. She'd only.
My mother? What did she have to do with this?
She killed Abigail.
Who the hell's Abigail?
My older sister, the reason my family is the way it is, your mother took Abigail from us.
I don't understand.
10 years ago, when I was just a little kid, just a couple nights after we moved here, Mother and Abigail got into a fight one day. Abigail left to go take a walk. She said she would be back soon, but she never came back because a car hit her and left her to die. You have no idea what it's like to lose a mother and a sister on the same night.
But your mother
There are
didn't.
different kinds of deaths, Jane.
My mother never said.
Of course she didn't. She thought she got away with it. But she didn't, because Abigail told us.
But Abigail is.
She is, and tonight she finally made it home because of us. That girl's name wasn't Hazel. It was Abigail.
Cal, what are you? Oh my!
She was doing so pretty. Cared about everything and everyone until the mother killed her. But everything's gonna be okay now. Everything's going to be better. And we will finally understand.
Is this weird? I feel like it's weird. It's weird, right?
Yeah, it is. And it's like one of those cases we work.
We don't work cases.
In my mind, we do.
Really? In my mind, we do too.
Oh, you remember that one?
Yeah.
Stop it! And yes, Mark, this is weird and unsettling. A body bag with a body in it just lying there.
An empty body bag that would probably not be as effective.
It's not that unsettling if you consider the fact
Throw her in a haunted house.
it was one of the many scares.
Then how do you explain the fact that we don't know how we got here?
Clearly, this is a soundproof room, and the smoke and lights made us confused as to how we got here. And now that we've seen the body bag, let's go.
Wait, there's gotta be more than just a body bag. Let's give it some more time. Something's gotta happen.
I don't have a lot of time though. I have to go up to my dad's cabin. Cassie and Cam are coming over, and I promise it look nice for them. Right now it looks like crap.
How are you and Cassie doing?
Great! I think she actually likes me.
Shocking. And Sarah and I have dinner plans that we cannot be late for, so we don't have time to watch a fake body and bag do nothing. Ready, Sarah?
Wait, you're the only one who drove, Spencer.
No worries, we'll call you again. Later.
So, they left. What do we do now?
We could tell you about some of our...
No.
Well, that's a little bit.
That's to be expected. Well, from Sophie. Aaron, you know how good my stories are.
Do I?
Well, you said you did last night.
I was just...
There's a problem, a rather large one, which is
There's no door anywhere, just walls.
Wait, well, there has to be a door. We got in here, so...
Maybe it's a hidden door.
Do you remember going through a hidden door, Mark?
I don't remember going through any door, so...
This is awesome. Now not only do we get to figure out what happened, what's up with this body bag, we get to figure out what happened to the door, or if there ever was a door. Greatest haunted house ever. Come on, guys. We wanted to be scared, and now we are.
I'm not. This is boring. Although I must admit I'm slightly intrigued about how they got us into this room. How about the body with the body bag with the body in it, though? There's stuff on it now.
I don't think so. This isn't part of the haunted house. Something's wrong here.
And I know what it is. We're all dead.
that's a leap.
We're clearly not dead.
Oh, we are. It's horror movie 101. Put the pieces together, smart girl. We find a haunted house in the middle of nowhere on the side of the road that's packed with people. We enter, separate, and then somehow end up all together in a room without no sound and a body bag. And wait for it. No door. Why is this all happening? Because we're dead.
So by just one body, Sophie, should it be 6?
No. It's just to throw us off from thinking that we're dead. But me and Aaron are too smart.
It's Aaron and I.
I didn't say I was smart in grammar.
Mark, don't you have something to add to this ridiculous conversation?
I think Sophie's right. Sort of.
What do you mean?
There's a note.
And are you going to share the contents of this note?
I was pausing for dramatic effect. And it says, welcome Sarah, Spencer, Mark, Liam, Sophie, and Aaron.
How did the number work?
The note didn't. The writer of the...
You know what I meant.
Guys, there's more.
Most letters are more than a salutation.
Thank you, Spencer. May I continue? Inside this bag lies one of you. See who it is, and only the one who's seen will die. Refuse to look, and you all will. You have 6.5 months.
Thinking block, rather ominous. The first time we heard Sophie died, they decided to listen.
Don't think that.
In an odd time choice, right? I would have saw something more like 10 minutes.
Don't think that matters. This is creepy. Do you think
letters real?
Of course not. Think about where we are, at our haunted house. This is clearly part of the scares.
I would agree, but how do you explain our names on it?
Maybe they heard us say each other's names. Doubtful.
Trust me, the body, the ticking clock, these are all just cheap tactics to build suspense, which I have grown weary of. I'm just gonna fold the zipper back and what are you doing, Aaron?
You're not pulling that back.
Nothing's gonna happen if I do.
But what if it does?
Your intellect is second only to my own, so you should know that it's not.
You
And
don't know
yes, I get that you have this odd spiritual side that sometimes trumps your intellectual side, but
You don't know that it's not real, Spencer.
come on. Seriously? Do the rest of you believe it too? Sarah, even you?
I don't know, but I'd rather be not.
Okay, I won't pull it back. But think for a moment. Say all of this is real. After 6.5 minutes, we all die.
And if we don't look, all of us will.
I don't want any of us to die.
Unless it's not true. So we just wait the 5 or so minutes, and then, a magic door opens up.
Mark, if that's the case, there's no reason that we wouldn't look now and get out of here faster.
I would agree, but then if it's true, we'd be killing with us.
And if we don't look, we're killing all of us. Both choices suck, so let's just get it over with.
This is like Star Trek 2, where Spock, spoiler alert, sacrifices himself for everyone else. Be Spock, and that person is me. I'll sacrifice myself.
You might not be sacrificing yourself. It could be any of us. It could be me.
Oh, yeah, I want to sacrifice Marlon.
What about your boyfriend?
I was about to say that, but I don't want to sacrifice Mark or Aaron.
You would be okay with sacrificing the rest of us still?
Well, more than I would Mark or Aaron. I wouldn't want to sacrifice anyone, including myself.
So what do we do?
Let's do it. Let's look. This might sound morbid, but wouldn't it be cool if one of us was actually in there?
No, it wouldn't. Especially if that meant that person was dead.
That would be awful.
But cool on some levels, right?
Oh, look, I don't even like haunted houses. Ever since I was 6 and went to that church carnival, or haunted house church carnival, I just came so when Aaron got scared, he could find me.
So sweet. And I think you meant that when you got scared, you can find me. Anyways, I'm tired of this. I'm done. I'm leaving. Wait, or was that you guys? And yet, Spencer and Sarah, I know you didn't find the door, but I'm going to find a way out somehow.
Aaron, hey, what up? Ah! Aaron!
There's nothing there. No doors, nothing, just darkness.
What are you talking about?
He's right. I can't explain it. It's just an abyss or something.
Stop messing around. We're not. We should have never come here. I told you we should have driven by and gone to the most popular house, the haunted house in Six Club like we always do. But no, none of you guys would listen to me. And now we're...
I don't believe it. Come on, everybody, they're messing with us. And we've got some decisions to make. Let's go.
You guys coming?
Why would we, Mark? We already know we're screwed.
What's going on?
It's gotta be a trick.
How is this fake, Spencer?
I don't know. I don't create haunted houses nor study them. I'm only saying, things like this don't happen in the real world.
So somehow, it is not in a place that makes rules disappear except for one room that just happens to have a corpse on the floor with a note that has all of our names on it?
Well, when you say it like that.
Guys, we only have a minute and 15 seconds left. We need to accept it and make a decision. Either one of us dies, or we all live.
This isn't funny anymore.
This never was funny. I don't want to die.
None of us do, Aaron.
Then the question is, who's gonna unzip it?
I think we should all die together. How could we live no one will kill one?
I don't.
I don't either.
I just want to go home.
5 seconds.
I'm going to look. No, you don't sacrifice everyone when you don't have to. I hope it's me. And there's a 1 in 6 chance that it is. And if not, I'll live with you go. Besides, I still believe it's son of Hybrid Grant. Please, Sarah, everything's going to be fine. I promise.
But I don't want you to.
I know. Someone has to. It's gotta be somebody. It should be me.
Why though?
Because I'm the only one who will. I did the both of it. It'll be okay. I promise. Damn it, you guys have me believing it now.
$15 seconds.
Who is it?
Sarah? Where's Sarah? What happened to her?
She disappeared. She's messing around. I'm right here.
You don't think she's...
No, she's not. She's fine. She has to be. Sarah, this isn't funny.
I'm not messing around.
Everything's gonna be okay, Cassie. Trust me.
And why should I trust you again? You're the one who brought us all out here. And you killed Mark. You came all the way out here, even though he's busy dealing with what happened to Sarah.
I know, it's terrible. But if I hadn't killed him, he would have attacked you. Or killed you. He already attacked Jenny. Someone had to stop him.
Well, you sure stopped him.
Look, I'm sorry for what happened to Mark. I'm sorry for all of this. But we can't leave Jenny out there. We have to find her.
Find her for what?
To get her help. And Taylor, too.
What are you not getting? There was no help for Mark, so there's not going to be any help for her. Well,
She's tied up. She's not going anywhere.
are you sure?
Well, I know Girl Scout with her knot time badge, but yeah, I think so.
You didn't get bit, did you?
I'm not stupid, all right? I'm fine.
Why'd you roll your sleeves down when you came out? Like you were trying to hide something.
I was cold.
No, okay, Cassie? She said she's fine, so she's fine.
Of course, taking people at their word in a situation like this seems to be exactly what we should be doing.
What's your problem?
I don't know, Marcy. It might have something to do with my sister killing my boyfriend, who before had taken out a pound of flesh from Jenny, who is now running around in the woods like a monster, attacked Taylor, and who now lies there foaming at the mouth and tied to her bed. Other than that, I have no problems at all. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. So, are we ready to go?
Yeah, once we find Jenny, we'll bring her back here, tie her up, and then we'll go get help.
Sounds like a plan.
When did you both become so dense?
That's not helping, Cassie.
What do you propose we do?
What we should have done after Mark attacked Jenny. Leave and go get help for them. And leave and go send help for them.
We can't do that. If we don't find Jenny soon, she may. And Taylor needs medical attention now.
So we find them first, and then we go, and then everything will be okay.
Nothing will ever be okay again. Horror movie 101 says when teenagers in a cabin start getting infected with some unknown virus and start attacking each other, they all end up dead. At no time has a plan like this ever worked.
So you just propose that we leave Jenny in the woods and Taylor tied to the bed while...
While we go get help.
Which will take too long.
It wouldn't have if someone hadn't demanded that we leave our phones at home.
I didn't want us to be distracted.
And we're not distracted. We're clearly aware of Jenny running around like a raging animal, and Taylor slowly becoming what Jenny is, just one door away from us.
Don't say that, they're gonna be fine.
No, they're not. They're both going to end up like Mark, and both of you know that. You are just doing this because of guilt, and you are just doing this because of loyalty. And I understand both, but in the end, if we're going to stay, we're going to be faced with one option.
To kill them?
That's right.
We're not killing them.
We might have to. We have to kill Mark.
Mark was too far gone.
And Jenny's not. You saw how she attacked Taylor. How is she any different from Mark?
It doesn't matter. We and try to keep her calm. Can you do that?
Well, you two are.
Finding Jenny, yes!
Fine, I'll stay.
Good.
What? You're taking the keys? You don't trust me?
No, I don't. We can't leave you with the chance of leaving us out here.
Karen?
Look, I know you don't agree with this, but I've always protected you, and I'm gonna do that this time too.
So you're leaving me here with her, without a cell phone or a car?
Well, when you think about it, the two of us are most likely to die.
That doesn't make it better.
Look, no one's gonna die anymore.
And what if you guys do get killed or get turned? What do I do? How is this protecting me, Karen?
Marcy, give her the keys.
What?
Do it! Listen, there's a huge chance that you and I will. And she's way too far out here for her to walk to the nearest town. If something happens to us, she has to have a way to get out of here. Fast. Promise me, you'll wait for 1 hour. And if we don't return by then, you'll get Taylor and go to the hospital. Can you do that? Understood?
If she turns, fine, but if she goes all Mark or Jenny, I'm leaving without her.
We're counting on you, Cassie.
And I'm counting on you two coming back.
We will, with Jenny and Tom. Get the rope.
Why are you?
Just in case. Love you, little sis.
Me too.
Remember, 1 hour.
1 hour. Damn you, Karen.
Cassie, is that you? Are you there? I can hear you breathing.
What do you want?
I want you to untie me. I'm better now.
Doubtful.
I'm your friend. You can trust me.
I'm not untying you.
Can you give me a glass of water then? I'm so thirsty.
Nope, nope, nope. You can wait until Marcy and Karen come back.
Oh, you're out there alone? You are, aren't you? Maybe I should come out there and keep you company.
Shut up! You're tied up in there, so.
Am I? Knock, knock, knock. Let me out, Cassie. I'll huff and puff and blow the door down. This is no way to treat a friend.
You're not you anymore.
That's true. If Taylor's still in here, I can hear her screams like I'll hear yours soon. Now open the door, Cassie.
Forget this. Why won't the door open? Oh my god.
You're it!
I still don't think you should have done that to the door.
You're the one wanting to give him the keys.
I'm just saying that
Just taking precautions, Karen.
a precaution is not locking my sister in a cabin
It's
with.
fine. I tied Taylor up. She's not going anywhere. And it's not like Cassie couldn't open the door if she tried. It would just take her a little time.
And what if she doesn't have a little time?
And she'll be out of luck, I guess.
I'm going back,
And do what? Bring her with us to find Jenny, who's not tied up and who's already attacked Taylor? Solid plan there, Karen. Let's just stick to what we were going to do. Get Jenny and then go back for Taylor and Cassie. Then we can get out of this godforsaken place.
What's up with your arm? You've been scratching a lot since we left.
My dad's trying a new detergent. Not a fan.
Were you a fan back at the cabin earlier when you weren't scratching?
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. I'm sorry. This thing just sucks. How did something happen like this in St. Clair, Minnesota?
Or anywhere, really.
Yeah. Do you think it's a virus? Like what Cassie said?
Well, Cassie is the smart one, and the way she explained it made sense. If not that, demons?
More like zombies.
Wait, well, yeah, but not the stupid kind. Because Jenny didn't used to be that clever when she wasn't,
Infected?
yeah, infected. Say, when this is over, how long do you think it's going to take for Cassie to forgive you for what you did to Mark?
I don't know. What's the going time for your sister bludgeoning your boyfriend to death to save your life? 2 weeks? I don't know. She really liked him.
We all liked him. Well, not as much as Cassie, but you know what I mean. He even let us use his parents' cabin for the weekend. Well, I guess I didn't like him as much when he tried to eat Cassie and Taylor. Do you think Jenny's still out there?
I do. Remember what she said before she left? That she'd be waiting for us.
Well, I wish she'd given us a meeting spot because I think our time is running out.
It is. I'm not even sure if there ever was time.
You can't think that way.
All I wanted was to hang out with my sister, my friends, before graduation. That's it. And I get this. You get this. Because of me. This is all my fault.
Well, not all, just mostly.
Thanks. And Cassie didn't even want to come. I forced her to. If anything happened to her, I'd never forgive myself.
What if something happens to me?
You came here out of your own accord. But I wouldn't forgive myself for that either. But Cassie's my sister. The only member of our family who's going to be something.
So are you.
What? Marcy? I couldn't get into college. Any college. Cassie, though, there's a reason why my parents put her on a pedestal. I am the tough one. The one who has nothing to lose. I will live a perfectly average life. But Cassie, let's just hurry up and find Jenny.
Hey, did you hear what happened to Delaney?
Yeah, what's going on in this town? All these bizarre deaths and now this.
Yeah, maybe Cassie's onto something with that horror movie 101. That's probably not her.
Karen, Marcy.
Or maybe it is? What's her plan exactly?
You got the rope?
Yeah, but what am I supposed to do? Lasso her?
I'll tackle her. You tie her up.
That sounds like fun.
Jenny, come out and,
You talk too much. You always have.
Where are you?
Oh, really close. I can see you, but you can't see me.
well, then let us see you.
I don't think you want that. People say puberty was hard on the complexion, but this is on a whole other level. But don't worry, you'll find out soon.
We're only trying to help.
Like you helped Mark, I think I'll pass.
No, we'll take you and Taylor to the hospital and
They'll save us. It's much too late for that. It's also too late for Marcy. Right? Marcy?
Wait, no,
there's nothing wrong with me.
Oh, really? That bite on your arm begs to differ. Your skin still in black.
Marcy.
I bet the doctors will do something. You know that's not true. You can feel it pulsing through you right now.
Wait, but if you're here, then Cassie is.
Here.
Cassie, no.
You promised to keep me safe, and you didn't. Now I'm this because of you.
I'm so sorry.
You don't even know sorry, but you will.
So, how do I look?
Like you came back from the dead, then walked across town to St. Clair's Graves on a mound, found a grave that belonged to a woman with a Victorian sounding name, dug it up, and stole her dress?
Nailed it. Her name was Constance Stanbury, by the way. Hello, Mr. Smiley Pants.
You're back, and you look beautiful, except for the decaying and worms in your hair. Those are maggots. Awesome. So, how have you kids been? Not too good, actually.
Because am I dying?
Yeah, and I got this rash on my stomach. You should probably get that checked out.
What's wrong, Ken?
Do you not like the dress? Or is it the maggots?
It's not either of those things. It's, how do you feel, Delaney? Do you feel like attacking us, or, I don't know, eating us or something?
None of both. I feel surprisingly well for someone who, died a couple weeks ago. Oh, I was thinking, maybe I could shower at your house before going to see my parents. I certainly don't want them to find out that I came back from the dead looking like this. And you and I can start making sure we're ready for a perfectly nifty prom. Not a lot of time, but we do have the manual.
That's right.
You didn't tell her?
What did I told her?
Tell me what?
Nothing.
It's not nothing, David. David and I are going to the prom together.
Why would you be going to prom with David?
Because of the last thing you said to me as you lay dying.
About wanting banana pudding? I don't know.
The next to last thing you said.
About the fact that I was the one who stole your mom's sweater?
That was you?
No.
I missed the band trip because of that.
It was a good band trip, and you looked really nice in that sweater.
Thank you. And it really was a nice trip. So, judging by your response and your lack of knowledge of my taking of your mom's sweater, I gather that I don't remember what I said.
You said to take care of David.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
And that's why you're going to the prom with him. That's really sweet.
Nice.
And now I understand why you brought me back.
Wait, what?
You brought me back because you knew that if you two went to the prom together, it would mess up David and Delaney's guide.
I didn't bring you back.
Sure, you're the one that has the well-manicured ancient burial ground in your backyard, and
Look, I don't mess with that burial ground since Robert. You know that.
but if you didn't bring me back, then David.
I had to. Ever since we were 6, we talked about going to the prom together. It was our dream. Look, David and Delaney's guide to the perfectly nifty prom.
Our manual.
I haven't stopped carrying it since you died. After your funeral, I sat in my room clutching it for days. Just looking at the life-size cutouts of us and what we were going to wear to the prom, and Ken standing by, well, we didn't know because we didn't know who his prom date was going to be.
You have a cardboard cutout of me?
Of course, right after, must have time to make the most perfectly nifty prom cake. Oh, and don't worry, your cutout is very flattering.
It really is. It's based off after you get out of this, 90s grunge period that you're in now. Which, by the way, is number 7 on the list. Take a plunge, get Ken out of the grunge. That was my least favorite line.
Me too, but it does get the point across. The 90s followed with the style back.
Clever. Can we get back to your story so we can understand your horrible decision?
Horrible decision. Are you saying
That after he hears the rest, he'll understand. As I looked at those cutouts, I cried because our dream of going to the perfectly nifty prom is dead. Like you. Then moments later, I got that rash I mentioned earlier, which had me considering joining the afterlife with you. It's very itchy. Then, moments after that, Ken climbed in my window and said me and him were going to the prom together. I tried to protest, but he said it was what you wanted. But I didn't believe him because nowhere in David and Delaney's guide to the perfectly nifty prom did it say, in case of Delaney's death, David should go with Ken. It doesn't even rhyme. But I said yes anyways, just in case it was true. After he left, I put mine and Ken's cutouts together just to see. But there was no connection, no cardboard spark. Alas, I may have been back when I remembered Ken's home manicured ancient burial ground. So I went to your grave, dug you up, carried you across town, and reburied you in Ken's home manicured ancient burial ground.
That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
It really is, but David, you have no idea what you've done.
Oh, I do. And seeing you tonight proves something to me. Or if I had that teenage attraction thing we teenagers call love, but it's clearly not. But seeing you tonight, all dirty and decaying with maggots in your hair, it cannot be love. It cannot be attraction, because you are not so.
I get it. You can stop there. And I love you too.
Wait, I would love you right now, but you smell terrible, and I do not want to throw up on you.
Yeah, I don't want that either. Do you mind if I go freshen up in your house?
Sure.
Thanks. And I'll see you in a bit. I figure you two have something to talk about.
Look,
I'm really sorry.
I seriously don't care. What the hell were you thinking bringing her back?
I was thinking that I love her, and I wanted to be able to go to her prom.
Well, now we have to kill her.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do, before she goes wrong.
What do you mean? She seems perfectly fine.
Oh, innocent child. I was once like you, but not anymore. Look, when we moved here, I was so excited to find out that we had an ancient burial ground right in our backyard. I mean, what guy wouldn't be, right? But then, my next door neighbor, Sophie, a horror movie buff, came over and told me not to tamper with it because of Horror Movie 101.
Is that a class at school?
It should be, but it's not.
What does it?
In this case, Sophie told me, Horror Movie 101 states that if you use an ancient burial ground to bring someone back from the dead, they would come back wrong. You wouldn't notice it at first, but soon their wrongness would come out and everyone around them would suffer. I laughed at her and said she was being dumb. She said she was just like me until what happened to Sarah happened. I told her this and what happened at the haunted house had nothing to do with each other. And she said, we'll see, and left.
Great story.
It's nothing, of course. The next day, Ralph died.
The cat?
Yeah, the only thing, besides Delaney, that I actually cared about in this world. I knew what I had to do. I took Ralph's broken carcass and buried him in my now well-manicured, because of Delaney's help, ancient burial ground. The entire time, I kept hearing Sophie's warning.
In your head? Like a movie?
No, it was Sophie's car that hit Ralph, so she had guilt and was walking behind me warning me. Despite her warnings, I buried Ralph in my well-manicured ancient burial ground. Nothing happened for days, and then the International Hole Digging and Refilling Contest came. Sophie, a skilled refiller, and I, an ace digger, were sitting in the kitchen eating breakfast when we heard it.
What?
A soft meow and a gentle scratch. Sophie tried to stop me, but you can't keep a guy from opening the door for his return from the dead cat.
Did I have that?
Have you?
No.
Anyway, I opened the door and there was Ralph looking quite awful actually. I mean, Sophie had a really big car and was speeding as always when she hit him. So he flew about 50 feet, and Sophie, not aware that she had a cat because she was eating a burger, ran over him. Plus he had been decomposing for a couple days, so there was.
Wait, but how did he feel?
Sophie?
No, I said he, as in Ralph.
Oh, ornery, but purring, rubbing up against my leg. Even though I knew it was a trap, I was so happy. And then he saw Sophie.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound...
And yeah, Sophie was standing behind the table, just staring at Ralph, when he came around the table and rubbed against her leg too.
Oh no, that doesn't sound...
It wasn't. And I was a little mad because Ralph was being all loving to Sophie when she was the one who smashed him to bits in the first place and didn't want to bring him back. Then it happened. Sophie, trying to get away, stepped on Ralph's tail and Ralph hissed. Sophie yelled, "We're all gonna die," and ran out the front door, followed by the pursuing Ralph.
Oh no.
Oh no, it was right. I ran outside and watched Ralph chase Sophie right into the field where the International Hole Digging and Refilling Contest came. It was being held.
Did she fall in the hole?
No, she avoided the holes, but she didn't avoid running off Dead Man's Cliff just past the field. And Ralph, too many under that perhaps I had seen before, followed her right off that cliff where he was caught by a hawk in midair and eaten. I lost a cat and a friend that day.
I didn't know Sophie died too.
Oh, Sophie didn't die. She was fine, some got scrapes and bruises, but she refused to talk to me anymore. She even convinced her parents to move.
Wow.
That's right. If it weren't for that hawk eating Ralph, I don't know what he would have done. Oh no, I do. Would have gone on a killing spree.
Well, even when Ralph was alive, he was all messed up inside. He used that rubbing against your leg and purring technique so you could let your defenses down, so he could tear into your flesh.
How dare you talk about that way? Even though it's completely true, and I basically said the same thing earlier. But you didn't see the look in his eyes when you went wrong. I did. Do you really want this? And the same thing is going to happen to Delaney. Do you really want your girlfriend, my best friend, to become some crazed monster?
No, I don't. But just because Ralph was wrong doesn't mean Delaney is.
It's not just Ralph, though. It's what happened to Sarah, Dane, and Tara. And don't forget Jane. Car accident? I don't think so. Car accidents don't choke you to death. Something's messed up in this town. I'm not willing to risk Delaney being the one oddity to prove none of these things are related, except for the fact that we're friends.
So, what do you want us to do?
Kill her.
I can't kill her. What if it damages our relationship?
I know. I don't expect you to. I expect you to distract her. Well, I kill her.
How?
With this.
An axe? I can't. What if she came back normal?
Doubtful, but tell you what, I'll use the stun side instead of the kill image. Then we'll tie her up and see if she does go wrong. If not, it's all good. You'll have your prom day back, and I'll have my best friend back.
And if she does go wrong?
We'll cross that line when we come to it.
That was so good.
All right, here she comes. Play it cool, distract her, and at some point I'll give her the.
How do you know?
I took the class.
Sorry I took so long. I was busy eating your parents' fantastic liberated pie. What's wrong with you guys?
Nothing. You look beautiful. More like you haven't been decomposing for 2 weeks. More like 2 days.
Thank you. I was going for only 4 days decomposing, but 2 days. You really know how to be talking, girl. So tense.
So much of fighting.
And you, mister, I got a bone to pick with you.
What?
Some unfinished business. I'm a little hungry for something.
Watch out!
David? No! He's dead.
Well, it was a killing match.
You trying to kill me?
Yeah, I thought you'd gone wrong, like Ralph.
Why would you think I would have gone wrong? Whatever that means.
Because you gave David a creepy look.
That was my flirty look.
Yeah. But then you said you were hungry for something. I thought you were going to eat him.
I was just trying to give him a hug. With the combo of the look and the flirty line, I thought he could forget my smell.
Oh, that's the worst flirting I've ever seen.
I know, I'm not good. I took a how to make a man class last year instead of a how to flirt class. We have to bring him back.
We can't. If we do,
He'll be fine.
how do you know?
Because I found this in your bedroom, buried deep in your closet. So you've got an ancient burial ground in your backyard? Remember the book I gave you for your birthday?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
And you clearly haven't read it.
I haven't. You're right.
Of course not. Because if you at least read the first sentence, you would know this. Let's get this out of the way. You have no need to fear that those you bring back from the dead will go wrong, as long as you keep your ancient burial ground well manicured.
Really? Oh. Maureen, no. Because everything wasn't related. Weird.
That's why I always helped you keep it well manicured.
I thought you were just being super obsessive. So, there's nothing wrong with Ralph?
Nothing that wasn't wrong before.
No. Stupid Hawk. Guess we need to go bury David.
We do. And we need to hurry. The prom is in 2 days. And if we're going to do everything in David and Delaney's guide, the Perfectly Nifty Prom, which we have to because number 50 is your prom will never be perfectly nifty unless you completely do all 50. So we have to get a move on bringing my David back.
that head wound.
So, what are we gonna do about 13? Can I just go with you guys?
Yes, but only with the date. Number 13 of David and Elaine's Guide to Perfectly Nifty Prom, remember, is get Ken the perfectly nifty man so we can double plan. But don't worry, it's already taken care of. Almost.
But how?
Because I already have the perfectly nifty man for you. While I was grave robbing for this dress, I happened upon the grave of one Curtis O'Connor.
Curtis? I had the biggest crush on him when he was alive. He was always way too hot for me.
He was. And you're still a 6, but he's 6 feet under and has been for 2 years. So,
I'll be more attractive than he is.
doubtful. He's still a 6.5. But it won't matter because you will be the one who brings him back and he'll owe you.
Perfect.
Now let's deal with number 1.
Which is,
Most importantly, and it must be said, David and Elena cannot be dead. Yeah. You know, it seems so silly when David suggested it as number 1, but it makes sense now. Glad I trusted him to put it on the list. You know what? Let's just save some time. I'll drag him to get the shovel.
but he doesn't like dirt.
I imagine he wouldn't like being dead even more. It's not like we're throwing him in a dirty ancient burial ground.
That's true. At least it's well manicured.
That it is, my dear Ken. That it is.